Hey everyone, welcome to Tales by Daggerlight. We're here recording session 3.
Woo!
Thank you, Kevin. I am your humble GM, Kurt Wild, and we're here with the rest of the crew to play another fantastic game by Darrington Press called Daggerheart. But before we get into that episode, let's hear from Luck Factory Games.
Before there was a podcast, before the epic quests and near disasters, there was a cafe in Concord, North Carolina, Luck Factory Games. That's where we found Daggerheart, each other, and the spark that became Tales by Daggerlight. With walls lined with games, a community that loves stories, and tables waiting for the next adventurer, it's a place where legends begin. Start your own story at lookfactorygames.com.
In every city, every kingdom, there's a story that never sees the light. The one that falls through the cracks, bleeds through the floorboards, and smiles when the sun finally goes down. Where heroic promises, broken oaths, bad decisions, and desperate prayers all sit at the same table. 6 heroes emerge out of the edge of the shadows. Kevarin.
No matter what, there will be consequences.
Geoff.
That asshole didn't ride.
Pinakua.
You said we were talking, but you're not saying it.
Seraphina.
Look, I have the voice of an angel, we all know.
Severian.
It's not a murder if he's food.
And Basagar.
We need to get to the castle.
Together, they walk the line between mercy and ruin, rolling bones against hope and fear in a world that wants them obedient, or worse, dead. So lace your boots, check your blades, and hold your breath. Meet us at the blade's edge. Once this story starts, it doesn't let you go. This is Tales by Daggerlight. Last session, the storm didn't just soak Virelia, it soaked you. From underneath the Hasp Market in the Gutterrun, fungal horrors, aptly named the Fun Ants, surged into the streets, twisted, curse-born things that moved like rot given purpose. The Fun Ants weren't on a rampage of destruction, their looming mushroom-like tendrils picking up civilians, tossing them away unharmed after a quick inspection, all except one. One body was crushed by the overwhelming power of the Fun Ants and tossed aside. You fought bravely in the public, in the downpour, with steel and spell flashing while the city of Virelia watched. Basagar, you heard the frightening creatures call out to Severian, Seraphina, and Pinakua, calling them defunct as they were being crushed in their grasp. Then, when the last creature fell, it didn't leave a body. They all dissolved into the ground with no proof, no trail, just the certainty that something attacked you and vanished like it had never existed. In the rain at the Hasp, you inspected the body tossed aside by the Fun Ants. On it you found a Virel signet ring, not from some unknown corpse, but Prince Wilhelm's son, Wilhelm. That kind of death doesn't go away quietly. That kind of death turns a city's attention like a bloodied blade found at a crime scene. That's when, Basagar, you reached out for answers, and the city answered back with pain, a rush of screams, of ancient rage, and one clear intent: vengeance. Whatever this vengeance is, it's awake, and those things weren't wandering. They were searching. You entered a nearby temple, St. Caravan's Hollow, for sanctuary, where Father Ulrich Vane let you in under one rule: no weapons inside. Kevarin vanished into the shadows to go speak with his connections about the death of Prince Wilhelm in hopes to alert those that needed to know about his fate. Then the next threat showed its face inside the temple, without claws or spores: the Guild. Geoff, Seraphina, and Pinakua, you talked to a half-orc named Ashava Celt, and he told you your names were spreading, your faces were becoming familiar, and there's a contract for Geoff's head. Ashava also told you that it can be bought off for the price of 2 chests, or 2 favors. Away from the others, Severian and Basagar, you spoke plainly about home, about rot, and what happens when a city starts to resemble a grave. Basagar, you admitted the truth: the first blood gave you life, and whatever is happening here feels like the same sickness that hollowed out Severian's world. Basagar, you said you wanted to cure it before becomes another cautionary tale. The Lumora was thick in this back room. almost tangible, and you could feel the presence of the old deities with you. Basigar, you reached through Wilhelm again, trying to read what was left in his death, but found something else completely. Wilhelm sat up in a shock and panic. They're after the first blood. You're all gonna die. Prince Wilhelm looks like he is grabbing your arm, Basigar, as your eyes go wide. So much pain. God's above the red. I couldn't breathe. It was everywhere, running down the steps of Ashram, like blood from a wound that wouldn't close. They were controlling it. Everybody, the buildings crashing down, the people dead rising. Then the roots, oh gods, the roots, they ripped through Lothord, breaking stones like dry bread. They slid along rooftops, curling around chimneys. What does it mean?
I kind of just hold Prince Wilhelm a bit and just kind of try to lay him back down. I don't know. Just please, you're hurt.
I have so much pain. And he looks like you look down at his body, and his body looks like several of his ribs are just either cracked and out of place. He was crushed. Like his arm is like almost disjointed as he goes to reach for you, and kind of winces in pain and pulls back.
How the fuck is he alive?
I don't know. I kind of like just look at him. Is he like, he's aware? We're looking at each other like.
He looks like he is on the brink of going back into shock. Like his eyes are wide, his pupils are dilated. He's breathing heavy enough to where he breathes in, then stunts his breath as his lungs try to expand his ribs, and his ribs won't allow it.
What do we do?
Get Steph's father. Get everyone.
Severian will run off to try to notify the rest of the party of what's going on.
All right, as Severian runs off, Prince Wilhelm grabs you once more. The castle. It was there. Started from there, above the wall. The roots were alive, pulsing. Please.
Enough talking. You're gonna hurt yourself. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I'm just gonna like forcefully but gently just lay him down and just still kind of like cradle what I can on one side on his body.
Severian is running down the halls barking for attention. As loudly as possible. It just sounds like a person saying bark too. Is it bark? Bark?
Woof. Woof. As Severian goes to get help, Kieran, you bamfed away to go talk with your network. Who do you go to? Do you go to Lady Diawin, or do you go to another member of your group?
I think I would prefer to report directly to Lady Sylvain Diawin, but otherwise the closest direct subordinate I could find that I would be aware of within the city.
Where is it that you go?
Definitely towards the upper rings. Not into them, but towards the entrance. The Ash Ward.
You tell me how you get there.
I am being as subtle as I can be while making as much haste as I can. So perhaps my own common routes, but being a little bit more lax with trying to be like stay hidden, like running across rooftops as opposed to trying to remain completely hidden.
There's a perfect spot where you can shadow step just into where you can see a shadow up above a building of Ashward that goes into a roof that's maybe kind of like, caused by a door or a water tower or something up there. But you easily enough get to the headquarters of the Pillar of Whispers. You get in. Explain it to me, please.
Yes, taking this, using my abilities to shadow step within the, rafters of this building, I quickly duck into this, very heavily obscured and fairly open space where I think there are a few people bustling about with documents, reports, whatever they may have.
You see, we'll say, Lady Dialwyn is not even in her office. She's standing there talking with, looks like some type of other member of your group. She sees you come in. She kind of like, holds up a finger to you, telling you to pause. No, it's fine. No, I told you this is what you had to do. It is your consequence. One of the lady that she's talking to looks over at you.
I give her a death glare. Like, hurry it up.
She kind of pauses at you, kind of looks and backs up into a shadow, and she disappears. Now, what is the matter? Why are you so hurried?
Near the Hasp Market. Wilhelm. Have you heard yet?
Heard what? No.
He had fallen in the midst of the streets. He is currently in St. Keverin's Hollow.
Does this have anything to do with Humperdinck?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't believe so.
Oh dear. You checked the body. Is he dead?
He was, at the very least, unconscious. Likely dead by now.
Where is he now?
In St. Keverin's Hollow.
With whom?
With my associates.
With the rest of the ghosts?
Other associates.
Oh. Kieran. You need to go back. If somebody finds out about this, if anybody finds out about this, they were knocking down doors to find him.
Well aware.
You need to bring his body up here. Make sure if he is alive, do not let anybody from Virelia Guard know. There's something going on. I can't place it just yet, but there's something in the brink of the shadows. Like there's an answer that I'm just trying to search out. I got people working on it. The rest of the ghosts are working on it. If you can at least bring Wilhelm up to the castle, get him safe.
Can't shadow step with a body. I can't carry that all the way.
I mean, you said your accomplices were fairly large, right?
Associates, yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant. you need to get down there. So, who can I go to? Who can I tell?
Well, it's Prince Wilhelm.
Okay.
Very well. I will
get back down there. Make sure he's safe. Make sure that nothing happens.
Very well, as you wish.
Okay. And she kind of like steps back, takes a big sigh. Kieran.
I'm like just at the verge of shadow stepping. Like one foot's already in the shadow of another.
You tell me, do you pause or do you just go on?
I think just taking that moment of awkwardness, like after saying like, okay, I'm leaving now. If she calls out, he will pause.
Okay.
Listen.
Yeah. As you pause, she stops and she waits. She goes, just be safe, please. Don't do anything stupid.
Kieran tries to come up with a response, has nothing, and disappears.
He won't do something stupid. As we cut back to Severian barking.
Yeah.
What else am I supposed to do?
Yeah. You guys hear Severian barking. This obviously it's Severian, 100%. Ashaba goes,
the fuck?
What's going on? Who let a dog in here?
He really thinks that's a dog?
It's rather convincing bark.
Well, he doesn't see him yet.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he's ever seen Severian yet because they kind of.
We established she's not the brightest bulb in the shed last session. So, Zeph will get up and head to see what the commotion is all about.
Kind of look as Shaba kind of looks, and he starts muttering to some of the other guild members. Have made an approach as they start to gather around the three of you or two of you. You're up in the rafters.
I'm up in the rafters still. Yeah, Kua.
Yeah, and Severian, you come into the into the sanctuary.
Bust through the door, still barking. He's alive. Please, we need to do something.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
What do you mean he's not dead? Oh.
That would...
Oh. Kua immediately jumps down from the rafters.
He still looks like he could...
Okay. Got it. Zeph goes looking for Father Ulrich.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Father Ulrich is kind of like watching this as he was in the middle of his mantra chanting, kind of like walking around, but he's over on the other side of the sanctuary, and he stops. I thought you said he was dead.
Shh, we thought he was. Come, let's go figure out what the hell's going on.
All right. He kind of goes through.
Might need your assistance.
Okay.
Thank you, Father.
Yeah. I guess that's why I'm here. I'll be right there. As he stops, you hear him talking, kind of like he's looking up. And are you bounding or are you staying put?
Yeah, I immediately, as soon as we have that interchange between Severian and myself, I kind of start hopping across and jump down and am heading straight for the exit.
Yeah.
And Zeph will kind of motion to Seraphina to come.
I will shout over my shoulder at Shava, "We're not done yet, little dick."
Was that necessary? I didn't even know you guys had a dead body in there. It's
We don't.
Okay.
Shut up. And Zeph heads down the hall.
You hear him muttering as you're kind of hopping down. He goes, "You might want to go check that out." As Father Ulrich Vane follows you down into the sacristy area, into the funeral rites morgue. I don't know the official name for it. I'm sure somebody will tell me. Prince Wilhelm is on a preparation table. He is wincing, his chest moving up and down very, very rapidly.
I've already, in the midst of them coming in, I've taken out from my grass skirt area of just a crude bottle, and I don't even say anything. I just uncork it, and I'm just gently trying to make him drink as a health potion, if you will. Don't just drink it.
No,
Stop talking. You're making your ribs hurt.
Okay.
What did you do?
I didn't. And I look and I say, "Your father needs to help."
Zeph's father's coming. He's...
Oh yes.
Ulrich's.
I don't know.
Now, what could be the he's not dead at all. That's it. Who are you? Are you hiding it from each other?
All his ribs. There looks to be broken.
Once everyone's inside, Zeph will close the door.
You hear, as soon as you close the door, you catch eyeballs with one of the guild members, kind of turns the corner, watches you go in, and he just kind of slowly just stops and watches you shut the door. Yeah, so give me a perceive roll, but only if you want to.
Sure. Cool. That's a 14 with fear.
You hear footsteps walking towards the door, knowing that he is just on the other side. You feel like you go, maybe even put your hand on the door, and you feel the door just almost get tense, like somebody's weight is on the other side.
All right. Zeph will hold the door closed and look back into the room and just kind of make a shushing motion with his finger. Just
you hear whispering on the other side.
Kua, hearing that, will kind of walk over to the door with Zeph, and with his little pocket knife that he carries to kind of carve the stone and rock that he's been working on, kind of put it up against the door and just just as fast as he possibly can, just wrap it against the door.
You hear footsteps walk away. Beautiful.
Nice.
for something. And just like this blade kind of retracts back into his hand.
Beautiful. I'm going to gain that fear. I'm just going to bank it to this point. But you are in the room. Father Ulrich looks down at Prince Wilhelm. This is not good, my prince. Okay, I am going to need a second. This might take a moment. I hope you have some time left in you, good boy. He goes, whatever you're going to do, just please hurry. I do feel like nothing. I can't breathe still.
You need to stop talking.
There's so much.
Just gonna just gently put my hand on his mouth and just shh.
And you hear Father Ulrich. You hear him go into some type of chant. The room around you starts to pick up with that ozone scent. Whenever you got in this place, you felt like especially back here in this room, you felt like the Lumora was thick back in this temple, in this spot. Like the sense of magic for those that can wield magic is palpable. Like it's the Lumora, as what they call the magic in this realm, in this world, is almost glittering or shining. Like there's like an effervescent veil in the air as he's muttering and chanting, calling on the Lumora itself to focus into Prince Wilhelm's body. As he takes a moment and he looks up, his eyes go bright, almost like a glowing yellow, as he looks up and he's chanting to this supernatural being. And here you can see the Lumora swirling around Prince Wilhelm, and he kind of breaks for a second. This might take a bit of time to focus this much Lumora. See what we can do. If anybody has anything to help, now is the time.
Zeph will spend 3 hope and use life support. So spend 3 hope to clear a hit point on an ally within close range.
Okay.
Nope. He will not. Crap. He does not have his sword on him. Never mind. He
yeah.
won't do that.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, Lindra is in the weapon check.
Mm-hmm. Zeph will look on and wish that he could do something to help.
He just
thought he had his sword.
Walks forward,
Yeah.
hand going towards his belt, and then just
Sort of feels around and fuck. Sorry, Father. Not without her.
It's like I'm on my own then. Okay. You hear him almost calling on what sounds like different names. He mutters like almost in a different language that he is like, it's like almost like it's the spell language itself. Comes to a point where I hate it when it rolls 10. Like now I have to decide what he does. Seraphina, do you have anything that you can offer in this moment?
She does have Luck Bender, which she can spend 3 hope to let him re-roll.
Okay. Do you want to spend 3 hope on an NPC?
Yeah.
What?
If he feels like he's not pulling enough magic, then she'll kind of reach out and put her hand on his shoulder and just be like, Father Ulrich, I feel like you're lucky today.
Typically luck has nothing to do with it, but I do feel something coming from you. I'm going to use this amazing dice roller that Kevin and Jenn had printed for us.
Well, purchased. Somebody else printed it, but that's okay.
You had it printed for us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Fair.
Yeah.
I might want to move what this is going to sound like in Mike's.
You might want to move the hourglass. Nope, well, it still worked.
Okay. Yeah, it's better than it was, so definitely help.
Okay.
For sure.
Nice.
As you put your hand on Father Ulrich, I want you to tell me what happens. How does this affect Prince Wilhelm in some way?
I think because Seraphina still doesn't really think she has any magic. She just thinks that all of the things are just, it's just her first personality. It's just, people want to believe her, So I think not knowing where she comes from, maybe this luck thing is kind of like a superstition she's sort of held on to. But the rest of you guys kind of see that as she puts her hand on Father Ulrich's shoulder, there's just a little bit of that sparkle that was in the room. Sort of seems like it sort of glows around her for a minute, and you kind of see it slide through her hand into Father Ulrich, and she's completely unaware of it.
Okay, amazing. And how does this affect Wilhelm? You have full narrative control here.
Well, like I said, it's a fairy ability, so it's something that's innate. It's luck bender, so she's changing his fortune right now. She's twisting fate to make him lucky in this moment.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think after the day he just had, some good luck might not be a bad thing.
Yeah. As you feel that energy go through you, not even sure what it was, but Father Ulrich has got his eyes wide open, glowing bright yellow. He stops muttering, looks down at you. Interesting indeed. Do you know what you just did?
Well, I just gave you a little bit of my luck. I'm a lucky girl.
All right, I will use your luck, so to speak. As he kind of pulls through, as you watch his eyes kind of go through, as he starts muttering, as you see some of Prince Wilhelm's bones start kind of almost moving and resetting in place. And you can see Father Ulrich is just breathing heavy. He's spending so much energy pushing this Lumora into Prince Wilhelm as this is taking time. At this moment, Kieran, it's been a minute. That conversation you had with Lady Sylvain was kind of taking place as Ashava was talking with Zeph and Seraphina. You come back as you start making your way to the St. Caravan's Hollow from the rooftops of the Gutterrun. It's still raining, lightning, hitting some stuff. You see fires that are being slowly put out by the rain just from the lightning strikes. But what you do notice, I want you, as you're running, because you're trying to look out for your step, give me a perceive roll, please.
That'll be an 18 with hope.
18 with hope. Beautiful. Nice. This is not a new thing for you to do. You are watching almost within your peripheral where you're stepping, where you're going, using shadows to get you to places where your physical body cannot. But you notice that there are what looks like a small squadron of Virelian guard walking through in a paced hurry toward the St. Caravan's Hollow. But with that, you are able to outpace them. You get up to the St. Caravan's Hollow doors. You can see the guards coming around an alleyway. One of the lead Virelian guard kind of steps in, looks around, looks down, points a direction, and a few of the guards, go a certain way away from St. Caravan's Hollow. Then he points down your direction as about 3 or 4 more guards come your way and start making the way, making a beeline straight for you.
Okay. I will quickly step into the hollow and close the door behind me. Is the weapon check secured?
It is locked.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I'll shadow step in.
Yep.
I'll just grab 2 or 3 of the closest weapons on hand.
Okay.
Possibly including Alindra. Who really knows?
Yeah, you would know the weapon well. It is a very ornate sword with a beautiful sheath that is being hung almost like this sword has a special place in this room.
Okay. Then I'll make my way back out and jam the door closed with all of them.
Okay. You have Alindra. What other weapons did you grab?
I would default to my companion's weapons.
Okay. Yeah, you walk out with you just went shopping, you got a handful, shutting the door with your foot.
I still have mine as well, so.
As you hear on the door.
Father Ulrich. I ignore it and go try to find the closest one of my associates.
You see some of the guild members are looking at you.
He's not supposed to. He's not supposed to do that.
Ishava looks at you, goes, Do I know you?
No.
And he kind of, you hear him just as you're running away. I think I know that guy. But
he just has social anxiety. That's all.
All right. So what's everybody else doing in the room as this happens? So you run up to the room. The door's locked. You didn't lock it, but the door's shut. But you can hear some type of chanting on the other side.
While they're working on Wilhelm, Severian, as an aside to Basagar, is still processing everything that the prince had just said and doesn't quite understand it. But did you hear everything he was saying?
As I kind of just take my hand, is Prince Wilhelm kind of settled down at this point, or probably passed out from the pain, or?
Yeah, so as his bones were setting, go ahead and roll me a reaction roll for Prince Wilhelm here.
Is that just 2d12s?
2d12s. I'm going to say the difficulty of his threshold of consciousness is 12.
That's a 6.
Oh. 100%. He as you hear his bones snap and almost looks like almost like a transformation is taking place as this magic is resetting his body. You hear he grabs your hand, falls over as he's unconscious. Then as that happens, Father Ulrich goes, oh, that was a big one. As he stops and he goes and he is falling backwards without protection.
Gu is going to kind of try and run over and catch and stabilize him, at least having been really just watching, not having anything to contribute, and just kind of Gu is familiar with magic, but not at this scale, not at this density, I guess, with all the Lumora around. So he's just been enraptured with everything, just sees Father Ulrich starting to fall and just kind of runs forward, stabilizes him. Maybe doesn't even catch him and just kind of pushes him back upright a little bit.
He kind of pushes him, and he almost too much, because he's not able to withhold himself, and his equilibrium is way off as he goes and stumbles and holds on to the table.
So it might be a little jostling of push him into the table, pull him back up.
I must sit down. I am exhausted. As he goes, he finds a chair and kind of
help him over,
sits down, leans his head back, and he's breathing. You could almost tell that his energy level is drained. He looks almost like he hasn't slept in days at this moment. His eyes all looks like he has bags under his infernus eyes. His skin almost turns a paler version of itself. The energy that he just thrust into Wilhelm was extensive.
I look kind of as all that happens and Wilhelm's passed out, I kind of turn away from him facing Severian, and I go, this place is in danger. He said the castle is going to be destroyed. We need to get there. We need to move. We need to save.
I think at this moment you hear the banging from the door.
Hey, it's me. Oh, fuck. Zeph opens the door. Looks behind as Kieran comes in.
Quickly step in and shut the door behind.
The hallway was clear behind him. You do hear the creaking of the door. And you hear some type of muttering or shouting in the back from coming beyond the hallway.
Look, we don't have much time. What have you been...
He's alive.
You want to go... What?
He's alive.
The prince. Or sorry, do we know he's a prince? Or
Yes.
Yeah. Zeph's father healed him back to this.
He left too quickly. He woke up shortly after.
That is
confused.
Excellent.
I thought that you checked and he was dead.
He looked dead.
And I'm looking at Basagar and I'm looking at everyone who interacted with the body and was looting.
I touched him here on the table, and then he shot up and started gasping and screaming.
Touching Princess aside.
What the fuck is going on?
Look, we don't have much time. Bhaskar, you want to get up to the castle? Yes?
Yes.
Now's the time.
Oh.
What do we do
We
right now?
have to bring the prince up to the castle. Preferably out the back. Now.
Can we move him in this
Father Ulrich,
state?
Is there a way out? And I'll kind of like shake him awake a little bit.
What'd you say, son?
Is there a way out of a back entrance? Oh, a way we can get past? Apparently we can't use the front door.
This window.
There's usually always a way out.
And I'm just kind of going over to Prince Wilhelm, and I'm going to just gently start to cradle and carry him as if a very newborn baby.
Hey. Oh, forgive me. He kind of like stops and kind of feels his head a little bit. I don't feel well. Something is wrong. The air is wrong.
Father?
You normally like this?
No.
We do not have time for this.
No. Zeph goes over and kneels down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, looks at Father Ulrich. You guys gather things up. Father.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Everything's out of focus. And he's like having a hard time focusing on you.
He kind of like gently pats him on the on the cheek, on the face. Did you overexert yourself? Or what's going on here?
I believe I have done that before. Not to that extent. Maybe I just overpushed myself. Or the Lumora was not strong with me today. I can't feel it.
Can't feel what?
The Lumora. It is gone.
What do you mean it's gone?
He stands up and sits back down. So,
easy, Father.
Lumora is missing. He goes to try to snap his fingers, and where he used to be able to just light candles with just touching them and pinching the wick. Something is wrong. Something is deeply wrong. You hear as the door, not the door to your room, the door to the St. Kevarin's Hollow almost gets thrust and forced open. You hear Ishava Kelt shouting something in the back, muffled behind brick walls and doors, but you hear what the fuck are you doing? And you hear what sounds like arrows being loosed. Sounds like something is going on inside the sanctuary. Father looks at you. You need to leave now.
Who is out the door? Yeah, we know.
I will buy you some time,
Father.
He stands up. He grabs what looks like an old cane or walking stick that looks like it's always been in there. It was his a long time ago. He just hasn't needed it. As he pulls his cane in, starts walking and limping out to the hallway. This is my place. Let me handle it. I can bring peace. And he shuts the door.
Hey, Zeph, can you give Ulrich a little of your healing?
You hear what
still don't
sounds
have
like
Alindra.
magic. Like a flame of something. You hear sword, sword play, or some type of what sounds like parrying of blades on blades. You hear shouting from inside St. Kevarin's Hollow. You don't know what's going on.
Take the body. I will go back in there, get things, and get out of here. Is there anything we need right now to take care of? Otherwise, please.
It seems we have one pressing matter. Let's deal with that now.
I'm holding Prince Wilhelm as part of my body, just like some of my skin just starts to creep up around him as kind of an extra protection or covering. Nothing really out of the ordinary, but yeah.
Well, I need my sword.
Yes, we're fetching a second, and Kieran goes to down an entire stamina potion in one go. Excellent.
Don't forget, you also have your rally dice.
You will also feel extra inspired.
Hey, better than the one.
Kieran will once again shift around to shadow step to where he left Alindra and the others' weapons.
You do notice that the weapons are scattered on the ground because the door was forcefully opened that you tried to shove and bar shut. At the moment as you go out, you see that there is a cacophony of arrows. There are what looks like guild members that have taken refuge and cover behind the pews of the sanctuary, kind of like peeking out and like picking up and taking a crossbow and taking a shot, ducking back down as an arrow goes like straight past your face. And what you kind of look at, there is a Virelian guard that was off to your side that you didn't even see, that was trying to sneak up around the side and try to flank the guild members as he goes down and drops to the floor. There are about 4 or 5 Virelian guard members in here now, going up against the guild. You see one of the guard is holding Alindra, just kind of looking.
In that moment, can I use my grappler to grab specifically Alindra from his grasp?
Yeah, go ahead and make a roll. He is looking, and as he starts unsheathing the sword as you launch your grappler.
That's such a bad roll.
Oh no.
That is a 7 with fear.
7 with fear.
Yeah. Goofy.
Yeah, so as this guard unsheaths Alindra, holds him up, you see the blades, the runes illuminate, and you see him, like, his eyes go wide as he looks at you, as like you see like his hand almost get black, as the blade glows a bright blue glow, as he drops the blade. He runs, kind of looks at you, and he's like, "It's cursed! The sword's cursed!" Kind of runs out and kind of just runs out of the door. The rest of the guard, one of the guard, kind of looks over at you, sees you come out as you just tossed a grappler your direction. I'm going to spend that fear to activate that guard against you. That was almost a 20. That is going to be a 12 against your evasion. That will miss as the arrow, as you pull back, as the arrow kind of sticks into the side of the wall beside you. Looks like he's getting ready to, as he's reloading his crossbow, as Shava looks at you, kind of looks at where the sword's laying, and he is going to try to run run to the sword.
I kind of want to let him grab it.
Okay.
My willingness to pick it up has decreased significantly.
Okay. As you pause and let him run, he is going to run to the sword. He stops, picks up the sheath, and sheath the sword on the ground, and then kind of like holds it and picks it up.
I give him a look. Coming with?
What? Why would I come with you?
You said you know me. Let's go.
Genius.
That was good. That was good.
He kind of looks back as the rest of the guard. He kind of like dodges an arrow as an arrow flies by and hits him. He takes a dagger kind of out of his boot, throws a dagger, like hits the guard like right in the forehead, and he drops. The rest of the guild pretty much just eviscerated. The guard has destroyed the guild. There is one guard member left that is kind of like standing by, wiping the blood off of his sword onto one of the guild members' cloaks, kind of smiling at you as Isava starts looking at you and goes, "If we're gonna go, we need to go now."
Sounds good. Let's go.
He runs out the door.
I kind of guide him towards where the others were leaving through the back.
Yeah, as there is a crowd that is kind of like wondering what's going on. Like there's been a lot of noise. Ishava goes, the fucking guard. They drew on us inside the temple. As you hear the words, what? The guard? They've drawn the guards are here.
Traitors to the crown.
You hear that's blasphemous. They can't pull weapons in our temple. As the crowd starts pulling in, there are people running into the temple itself. As you watch, you might look back for one last glimpse, and you see the guard member kind of looking at you, and just sheathing his sword. Looks down, as you might look, just kind of like glance at some people and look back, and you just see a poof of what looks like some darkness or of shadow. But you watch in as there is utter chaos going on. What are the rest of y'all doing? Going out the back, or
whichever way is most expedient?
Mm-hmm. I think Kua would have started following the group, and then with Kieran having not returned as quickly, turned around to come see what's going on just in time to see him letting Ishvar come along and grab Alindra for us. I think would have missed what happened with Alindra with the guard, but seeing everyone kind of starting to go, just help Kieran grab the remainder of our weapons.
Yeah.
To then go out the back with everybody else.
Yeah, you're able to get your bow. You're able to get everybody, like Seraphina's cigarette stick and any daggers that she left in, any weapons that you guys turned over. I'll say that you guys can pick up in the chaos of all of the people running in and kind of pushing past you. There, you see all of these people that are looking around and go, we need to tell everybody. Go tell the rest of the guild. They need to know. They need to pay for what they've done here. As you see what sounds like an uprising of people. They're starting to get antsy, and their energy is getting excitable as they start pulling in this what looks like an anger starts pulling in as you and that feeling that you felt in the Lumora is gone.
I think Kieran would be the only one that'll hear Kua say, "Fuck, this isn't gonna end well."
Yeah.
No, it is not.
Basagard, Severian, you are holding Prince Wilhelm, and you got Seraphina. Are you guys? What's Zeph doing?
So as you know, Severian and Basagar taking Wilhelm out the rear entrance, the rear door. I think Zeph would have been very torn and would have lingered for a moment, and then another, and finally just fuck, and would have followed behind.
Okay.
Following the rest of the group.
Yeah.
Yes.
What you doing? What you doing, buddy?
I'm protecting Bass.
Okay.
I have no idea where we're going. I don't know who's in front of me, but I have.
You're
Prince
running.
Wilhelm.
You see that there are more guards making their way down from Ashward, almost in like a line coming down the steps. You see that there is, they know that something's going on. They can see the unrest. They're coming down here to keep the peace, or at least stop the chaos.
We're in the dark, right? Like
it's dark-ish,
nighttime?
right? Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of went out the back way.
Yeah,
went out,
if we
right?
didn't necessarily know where we were going after we got out, I would try to lead the group off into some darker alleys away from the, the main foot traffic.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Zeph would push his way up to the front because he knows this area and start directing and leading.
Okay.
Yeah. And knowing, just based off of what we heard, because Zeph didn't see anything, but he heard what was going on. And he knows that's going to be really bad. So I think before even they clock any of the guard or anything else, his first thought is, we've got to find a place to hole up. we've got to find a place to bunker down because shit's about to get really bad down here really quick.
Where is that place?
So, being Slyborn, what I'm thinking is he would probably err toward or think of maybe some of his old, smuggling locations. So maybe like a warehouse with a false area in it, or maybe if there's a house with a basement that's well concealed or something along those lines. If I need to roll for it, Slyborn would give me advantage looking for a place to hide.
Okay. Yeah, if that's one of your abilities, so yeah, let's go with that. So grab your D6 and add that to your total.
That be instinct?
So you're trying to sense, navigate towards a safe house. Yeah, absolutely.
14 with fear. Love rolling with fear. Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron.
Beautiful dice.
Shout out to Glitz Dice.
Yeah.
They make some incredible dice that love to tell a story.
They do. They do.
Absolutely incredible. You can see them on our socials if you go to our socials and look at the beautiful dice that Glitz Dice made for all of our characters. So they're character themed. So yeah. You know exactly where it's at.
Sweet.
You know exactly what you have to do to get there.
Is everybody together again?
I would say not yet.
Okay.
You see Kieran running out the door, almost the front door, through the crowd with Ishava.
And Kuo too, right?
And Kuo's
not far behind.
Yeah, Kuo's not far behind. But Ishava, it looks like he is holding on to Alindra, which that's what you clock immediately.
Yeah.
And Kieran is very deliberately keeping Ishava between Alindra and himself at all times.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I would have been flying kind of above their heads, keeping an eye back, because I knew that everybody wasn't together. So
You're the drone.
Yeah, kind of.
The drone view.
Exactly.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see Kieran, you can see Ishava, you can see the party, you see Zeph starts and he kind of looks. He's looking around. He looks like he is looking for everybody else. Kieran, you do see the rest of the group. You see the guards kind of coming down, especially you. This is a podcast, so I'm not going to say you. Seraphina, you see the guards, especially from your vantage point. There seem to be several different avenues
filtering into the
filtering
area.
in towards the temple. Or
I would say once she sees them in the distance, she'll kind of put her fingers in her mouth and do this sharp, high-pitched whistle to catch their attention and gesture and fly back lower and be like, guys, there's a bunch of gods coming.
Yeah, I know. We gotta go. Where the fuck is Kieran?
They're coming. I saw them.
All right.
They're coming behind us.
So Zeph will slow his pace just enough to allow them to catch up, but not stop.
There's you feel your shoulder gets hit a little bit as this guy spins around and he goes, Zeph, come on, we gotta protect the temple, man. You coming in? I think now's the time. We've been telling about it for years, man. It's finally happening. Down with the fucking gods, man, right?
Yeah, down with the fucking guards. I'll be there shortly. Yeah. Go on without me.
It's about time we take what's ours, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He comes in. Hey, you go over there. And he goes. I don't care what you have. Grab anything. Grab a fucking rock for all I care. And he is yelling and just drumming up as much chaos as possible.
Once they're out of earshot, Zeph will just be like, "Fucking idiots! God damn it! Fuck, this is gonna be bad."
Like as the crowd starts pushing backwards, Seraphina might see Kua pop up above the crowd and just jumping from shoulder to shoulder, head to head, kind of almost kicking people out of the way, so that probably just because of Ishava to get through. Because I think
Kieran looks uncomfortable having to walk, but he doesn't trust Ishava enough to let him just walk away on his own.
Yeah. So Kua kind of picks up on that and starts trying to clear a path between these riders at this
just
point.
Bouncing off of people.
Just trying to expedite this retreat.
Your chaos starts almost like mosh pit energy. As you start pushing into people, they bounce off into people, and they start pushing. There's fights that start breaking out amongst themselves, but then it's just the chaos energy is static in this place. It is almost...
The kindling is
just
lit.
Infectious. Yeah. Kindling is lit, and so it's... I mean, you could see how easy this could spread. If they're starting to fight with each other, it's gonna get bad very fast.
Would I have seen Ashava with Kua and Kieran coming?
From your vantage point?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Would I have seen what he had in his hand?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so yeah, when I swooped back down and said, like, they're coming, I'm going to be like, and Zeph, looks like they got your sword.
At least you got one thing. All right.
What are you doing, Severian?
Oh, sorry. Pretty much. I don't know. Just trying to make sure the group is safe as we navigate the city streets.
Yeah. You guys push through. You know exactly where that safe house is. It is down past a region of the Gutterrun down here in South Lake Way that you don't even go in anymore. It is a dirty place. It's almost like right on the edge where the ember coil is, but just a little further.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know that is probably the safest place to be, because that's where nobody's going to come looking. Down in the warehouse district of the Gutterrun, you can easily get there through the chaos, leading your troop in the direction where you need to go.
Once we're all caught up, he will begin picking the pace up as much as he can through the chaos that's going on right now.
Yeah, you run over the bridge that bridges the gap between the two halves of the Gutterrun, going over the Veilwater River.
Actually, he'll start directing Severian, hoping that Severian can help sort of clear the way a little bit better than Zeph can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deeper
so that they
barks.
can make better time.
Sure.
The shock of simply seeing him is enough to clear the path.
People bump into him and just recoil.
It's just his size. He's just a very large creature moving on all fours, just through people's feet. Just directly clearing away. Where are we going?
Take a right. It's as safe as we're going to get for
okay,
right
bark. Bark.
You hear
smartass.
Expressions of shock and awe when they see you. The barbed creature run as they start making way for you. You get to. Well, let's see. I don't have a name for this region. I like letting you guys come up with names on the fly because it's fun. This is a region of the Gutterrun that is run down even more than the Gutterrun is run down itself. This is where the lowlifes go. This is where the people that are on the last leg of the, usually, from the guild, or if they've owed too much debt to Kevarin at the Ember Coil, they try to hide here because not even the goons and the serpents go into this zone. What is this region called?
What about the grates? Like how you have grates before it goes out into a body of water or something to catch anything coming out of sewers. It's the end of the gutter.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
The Grates of Gutterrun, whenever you guys have run into this place, this might be the first time for many of you to come down into this area. It is dark. The wood here is rotten. The streets, what look like it is old cobblestone that you could tell it once was a part of the city that housed the merchants and the good people of Virelia back in the day, but it is just covered in layers of soot, layers of rot and disgust, filth. It's squishy, mucky. It smells like a swamp here just because it is always wet. The buildings, most of the buildings, either the windows are boarded up with what looks like some just barely enough room for somebody to peek out and see who is bothering them down here. It is there is not a lot of people down here. And those that do see you run like scattered rats, especially seeing a large group like this in such a hurry. But you make your way over to the warehouse that you know of. It is a rundown warehouse. It is looks like it was a storehouse that was right off of the Veilwater River at some point, that is just dilapidated and fallen down. Most of you might think that this is a dead end. Why is he taking us here? This place can't even stop the rain. It's not going to stop a guard. But lead the way. Where do you go?
So Geoff will head over to what appears to be just kind of a pile of refuse off in one corner, and he will reach down, and underneath some of the loose debris, he will flip a latch that unhooks a trap door and raise the trap door that has debris and things that are actually kind of affixed to it to make it blend in, and expose a small hatch with a ladder going down.
Yeah.
Is this like inside of a building, or is it in a street or something?
Inside the warehouse,
inside
like in the corner of this old dilapidated falling down
It's
building.
inside the building, but you look up, it's like the roof is pretty much non-existent. There's barely some maybe rotten wood planks that are holding on by probably just termite shit at this point.
Building is in quotation marks.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, but somehow it withstood the test of time, and at least made this little corner where Geoff took you is still at least accessible. You go down into or you look at the entrance to this underground domicile, hideout, safe house, whatever you want to call it. Ishava looks at it, goes, ain't no fucking way, I'm not going in there.
So Geoff will reach out, grab the scabbard of the sword in order to have the power flow back into him.
Yeah.
And then with the strength that grants him, we'll grab Ishava and just push him into the hole. While affixing the scabbard back onto his belt.
That's one way to do it. 100%. He is going to take 1 hit point. He falls down, hits his head on the ground. God almighty, what the...
Who was just standing with his arms raised right behind where he was just at.
Uh-huh.
That works.
And he goes to grab his weapon.
Make yourself useful. Light a lantern.
You lucky you got your sword back.
Thank me later. You'll be safe down here.
All right. And he goes through and kind of sets the ladder up and clunks it up against where the door is open. He kind of steps back. Man, I didn't even know this place was here.
Yeah. That's kind of the point.
Does everybody go in? If there's anything that y'all want to do?
Severian's going to go in and start sniffing around.
Okay.
Just trying to make sure everything's kosher.
Sure. Give me a instinct sense check.
Ooh, great.
Oh,
Double 10.
Nice.
Nice. All right.
That is my first actual roll with these dice.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
We go back to thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Blitz Dice. Fantastic.
Most of her dice are amazing.
Yeah.
Some really cool numbers on here.
I need to make a sound bit that goes glitz.
Yes, that'd be so dope. Every time it crits.
Yeah. At least while you use the glitz dice.
Yes.
Anyways, but yeah, so you get to gain a hope and clear stress if you need to. And you tell me, what do you find?
Some person hiding there.
I'm sorry? What?
I mean, there's got to be somebody there, right?
Severian just walks in and immediately someone pops out.
Yeah. Now it takes a moment. You're like a dog in a new place. You're sniffing around, going through. it takes a moment to get a good sense of this. You're trying to sense what kind of danger is in here. You smell something familiar. It smells roughly like Seraphina. Yeah, it has that certain scent that you can't really quite pick up that Seraphina always has. You might have thought it was just a perfume or something that she's wearing, but you smell this fragrance coming from what looks like a box or a crate.
I'm going to try to open the crate and pounce on whatever is inside that.
Okay.
For our listeners, Kurt is just kind of looking at his notes long and hard.
My note is literally a blank sheet of paper.
While he's looking at it long and hard.
As you open the gate or the grate or the lid to this box, as it kind of like pops open, but like it's easier than you thought. It's not even nailed down or shut down. That fragrance almost hits you in the nose as you see this small, tiny creature about the size of a football running at you, almost flying your direction. He screams, and I'm gonna spend a fear.
The Doppler
stabs you
effect
in the
is
nose
wild.
with some type of small, pointed, almost like a push dagger.
Oh God!
And he goes, "Get out of here!"
Cool. Kind of follow down Severian. I see you're making friends.
He's got a dagger like stuck in his nose.
Yeah, the point of being stabbed that we'll try to like if he's small enough, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna jump on him.
I don't even know if you can jump on him without getting into the crate itself, but
I'm gonna get in that crate.
you jump in the crate and you notice that there is, it's big enough for you to fit in, but like you jump on small little, what looks like a bed of some sort that this creature was sleeping in.
Tom and Jerry shit.
It's a little house.
Yeah. As you crush everything in it, and you're holding onto this creature.
I'm start growling. There's somebody here.
Stop! Unhand me now!
What the fuck?
Help!
It's like trickling blood off of my nose. Who are you?
What are you? Just let me go.
I'm asking the questions here.
You jumped into my house and destroyed it. What? You startled me.
Severian will like look over at the little like broken bed, and like anything else that's kind of smashed around, and be like, "We're seeking shelter here."
Would you do the same thing in somebody else's house? If I came and destroyed your house, would you be nice to me?
So is this like a fairy?
So what you see as you are now take the time to look at it, you are holding this tiny creature with both of your hands. He's almost insect-like. He's got green skin, green arms. He's wearing what looks like some type of earth tone robe or vest. He's got wings that kind of like that would be fluttering out that you saw when he was flying towards you. His eyes are massive, just big, like dishes of yellow and what looks like some like almost like seafoam green eyes. But he is a fairy. Indeed, he is a fairy, praying mantis-esque. He looks like a praying mantis.
Dope.
Yeah. So his arms are like almost bent like a praying mantis, trying to like claw at you. But you know, like he tries to like pierce you with his mantis barbs, but sees like you're covered in them. So you see him struggle for a moment until he.
I will let you go.
Fine, just get it over with.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, I don't. I will let you go, but we need to stay here. We're in danger.
I'm in danger.
Severian will just unhand him.
He starts flying, goes and kind of like sits, stands on top of the box, looks up and looks at all of you.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hello?
Who are you?
Why were you here?
Things are very dangerous out there, and Zeph kind of points up toward the hatch. Like as he came back down, or down in, I can imagine Zeph sort of closed the hatch and latched it from the underside. But he points up at the hatch and says, things are about to get very dangerous out there. So we needed a place to be safe. Who are you?
He kind of looks around and looks at all of you.
I am Manny.
Manny?
Yep.
Pleasure. What are you doing here, Manny?
Well,
he looks down at his destroyed house that you're just kind of like sitting in, maybe like playing with like a broken piece of furniture.
well, I was hardly living here.
Fuck, how long's it been since I've been here? Shit.
I'm
sorry.
Was this your house?
No, this was more a place that I used when I needed to make sure things wouldn't get found.
Oh.
But it's okay.
That's why I'm here too.
So you were in the right place.
I was running from those that wanted to kill me, and I found this place and decided to hide here. And I thought you found me. You didn't come here for me?
This is the first time I think we are finding out about you, Manny.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's a relief.
Sorry about your house, buddy.
Yeah. That's all right. I can make a new one.
So Zeph kind of, now that excitement is over, takes a deep sigh, slinks down against a wall, takes his flask out, and takes a very deep draw from it before tucking it back into his jacket. So, what the fuck happened at the Hollow?
There were guards there from the castle.
And?
What I saw was they were, well, I mean, by the time I got there, most of them were dead. But as was many of the guild members.
The guild attacked the guard?
Well, I don't know. They were all attacking each other by the time I was there.
While I was out, I received some information that there may be some unsavory elements among the guard, and not to trust them with, well, anything at the moment. I attempted to outpace them and make it here before anything else could happen. Unfortunately, they were forewarned. How or why, I do not know. But we are all out. We are all alive still. Mostly.
Zeph looks over to Shava. What happened?
Why is your arm okay? Nothing, sorry.
Look, I don't know what happened.
Did you jump the guard?
Did I jump the guard?
Yeah.
No.
Did you jump the fucking guard?
No, they came in. They come in shouting, looking for, somebody by the name of Kalen.
Kalen?
I think he's one of the princes.
Does that name ring a bell?
I mean, it would be... those for 100% for you.
Okay.
Maybe not for those that are new to Virelia. Kalen is one of the sons of King Elric, but he was, he came in saying that there was a sighting of Kalen and Wilhelm.
What the fuck would Kalen be doing in the fucking Hollow? What would that Skyblood be doing down here?
I don't know.
We were at least half right.
Well, that's true. Wilhelm.
That's true. Wilhelm is...
Well, too late.
Has anything happened? Like, is Prince Wilhelm still just knocked out?
Wilhelm is starting to stir a little bit, breathing a little heavier. His body rhythm is picking up. You can see his eyes starting to flash open a little bit, and he's looking around. What are we? Obviously coming out of unconsciousness. Bhaskar, do you want to... what are you doing? Are you putting him down?
I've been nervous of, like, connecting with him. That's not, like, just... I was just truly trying to, like, just protect and, like, you know, do whatever I can to keep him safe. But, yeah, I guess also the fear of, like, experiencing what he experienced again by... If I had, like... I don't want to accidentally cause, like, a connection between us again.
Yeah.
So I think if he's kind of settled down, I will find a spot. I'll look to Severian, looking at the broken furniture and stuff. Can you get the covering there and lay it out? It's not much, but something to lay him on.
Sure. Severian will do whatever Bhaskar says. Immediately, with no questions.
And just... I'm imagining that the sheet is not even enough to cover his head or like support all of his head. So I just kind of lay as much of his head on the little sheet as I can and just kind of lay him down a little bit, as gently as I can.
You see over on the other side, Severian, you just put Manny down. He looks at the destructed house that you jumped in and jumped on, and he kind of sits up and he dusts himself off, or maybe I don't know. Are you still holding him at this point?
I would have let him go.
You would have let him go? Okay. But he looks at you and goes,
That is no way to treat someone like me. What do you have to say for yourself?
Why should I not treat you that way?
Well, I happen to be a very important person. You just come in here, barging in, opening my house and destroying it. Are you gonna pay for this?
It doesn't look like it was worth very much in the first place.
What?
Severian, who are you talking to?
This is a very important person.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Hi, I'm Seraphina. It's. Are you a fairy?
Oh, yes, I am.
He comes over and kind of flutters over to you. It hovers and grabs your hand and holds it.
My name is...
He looks around a little bit and at the guys over there having a conversation with Ashava. He leans in and whispers a bit.
My name is Prince Manny. I am a prince of the Fey realm. I'm here on hideouts. Especially, are you from the Fae? Have you come to rescue me?
You're a prince?
Well, yeah.
Man, they're falling out of the sky lately.
What?
No,
really?
That was just a figure of speech. I don't think I'm from the Fae, but I'm not really sure.
Severian is like looking between the two of them, squinting really hard, and like noticing all of these similarities.
Yeah,
he's just not sure what to say.
Yeah, so what you see, you definitely see the mantis style, the more insectoid of Prince Manny. Mm-hmm. Definitely don't see any insectoid other than the wings on Seraphina, but Seraphina definitely is of a fairy background because of the wings, so there is no physical resemblance other than the wings on Seraphina. But
how do you not know where you come from? You look like you're from home.
I don't remember. All I remember is I came from a city north of here. I just came here recently, like last couple months. Why are you here? You said somebody's trying to hurt you?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the Fae does have that effect on some people when they cross over, but I was up in somewhere. I don't even know where I was. I came through and I was in a big city, and everybody was so mean to me up there. I I got in touch with someone to try to find help, and they thought that I would make a better ransom than to really help me.
People kind of suck, Manny. That's true. Yeah,
what was his? He called himself something. There was something Lord. As the Chain Lord? Does that ring a bell?
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, it does. Yeah, he's one of the council members up in Port Canmore. I'm kind of glad that you got away from him, Manny. It is probably safer here.
I was coming back to look for somebody that was lost a long time ago. I just felt nothing but hatred here. I don't know why anybody would live here, and I came down here to hide out and made a little home for myself, and I've been here for maybe several weeks, and it just seems to be getting worse.
Yeah, it's a tough town. Well, you can stick with us for a little while, and we'll keep you safe.
Are any of you going to the castle soon? I'm trying to get to the castle.
I mean, the big tall mushroom guy over there, that's Bassigar, he definitely wants to go to the castle.
Yes, we've been trying to get to the castle.
Yeah, and Severian too. Yeah, and so yeah, if you want to stick with us, we can maybe help you get up there too.
Oh, okay.
What do you want at the castle?
I need to talk to the king.
I understand.
Yeah, I think that's who Bassigar wants to talk to too. So yeah, sure, come with us then. We're gonna hide out here until the heat dies down upstairs, though.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks.
It's nice meeting you, Manny.
Yeah, it's always nice meeting another fairy.
Yeah, you're the first one I've ever met.
And then we'll head back to the other side.
So, Shava, do me a favor here. Have a seat.
What are you looking at me like that for?
No, don't look up there. Don't look up there. Shh. You're just gonna just have a seat right there, right on that barrel, right there. Sit down. Sit the fuck down.
It's all right. Just calm down.
Zeph will flank him from the other side. Just make his presence known.
Look. We're all in the same team right now. I don't want to be up there just as much as you guys do.
Good. That's good.
What's going on? Like, look, we can forget about the contract right now. I can table that for later.
Look, we don't like our liabilities loose. So sit down. Give me your hands.
Really.
Sit down.
This is what we got to do. Like,
sit.
I could have taken
puts
off.
a hand on his shoulder and pushes him down.
He sits down. Okay. Look, we don't have to get anything crazy. I don't like the look in your eyes.
Look, my sword is still sheathed. No one's getting crazy here. You're fine. Go for it, Kua.
Kua's going to pull out some rope and go to start binding him. Is he receptive?
You pull out a soft of rope?
I do pull out a soft of rope. A full soft. Oh, so nice.
Yeah. Shout out to Dodoborn coming up with that one. Had to use it in our campaign, so
it was too fun. We
but
had to have
do
it.
two softs make a medium?
Yeah, two softs do make a medium.
Two softs make a medium. Love it.
If you don't know what we're talking about, go check out Dodoborn.
Absolutely.
So yes, I do pull out a soft of rope, and I will use that. Start tying him up, binding him up. Between the wrists, around the wrists.
He's amicable at first. As you start to tie him up, his hands are behind his back. He starts looking around. He is getting agitated, seeing that he has no advantage here being tied up, and he does not like to be in a situation where he doesn't have advantages. He starts eyeballing the ceiling.
If he starts shifting and shuffling around, I'll yank down on the rope behind him and come across in front of him and just kind of start to extend my blade out from my hand. Just like, if you move, I will remove anything that's moving.
Fuck you guys.
Just fair enough. And then I'll pull the blade back and just finish tying him up.
Just relax. This is just a precaution. You're fine. pats him on the head. You're fine.
Prove that you have a reason to keep your head, and you will.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Good boy. So what happened? What happened with the guard?
Look, they came in. They asking where these fucking nobles are.
Sure.
Princes. I don't give two shits about them.
Yeah, same.
We told them that they weren't here. They started firing on us. They took the first shot. You know I'm not going to just sit there and take it.
No. I get that, but... All right, so... Just to fill in the rest of the class. The Hollow is one tiny, bright spot of hope in what is otherwise an entire district of suck. And one of the rules, which you all were introduced to, is there's no weapons, no fighting in the Hollow. So if the guard attacked the guild in the Hollow, well, you already saw what was starting to brew. People are going to be upset because that's pretty much the only hope that most of them have down here.
Even if it were only a few unsavory elements within the guard, these actions will lead to full civil war within the city.
Yeah. This is going to get really ugly really fucking quick. This entire town is a powder keg that's about to go up.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was sent down here for you.
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. Who?
I don't think there's any reason to keep it under wraps here. It's one of the pillars.
Sorry, what?
Look, I don't know why. This came from Boss. He gave me the mark. He spread it. Multiple people have these marks on you.
Great.
So I don't know what they know. I don't know what this means, but I don't know what you did.
What I did.
All I know is somebody was saying something about Humperdinck. You know that asshole.
Yeah, that asshole.
You want to tell me about him?
No.
Tasted like shit.
Looked like shit.
Look. Thanks, Severian.
What?
He drew steel on us in the Painted Veil. He was roughing up one of the girls. We were just trying to separate him. Self-defense. And that asshole deserved it.
You took him in?
Yeah, we took him out.
I didn't think you had the balls to do that. Did you know it was Humperdinck when you...
Yeah. Didn't matter.
You're all right, man. You're all right. I keep telling you should have joined the guild a long time ago.
Yeah, but you all got the masks and the whole disease thing.
That's the rookies. They got some debt to pay. They're all family guys that are sick that pledged loyalty to us, so we give them the cure.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe we should advertise that. It'd probably help a hell of a lot with recruitment.
We want them desperate.
Of course you would. That's why I didn't join you. Son of a fucking bitch. So, great. Now, on top of the entire fucking city about to burn around us, I've got numerous marks on my head from who the fuck knows where.
And all of you guys do.
Yeah.
Anybody that is seen dilly-dallying with them.
Jesus.
I could be rich, turning you guys in.
You could be floating down the river.
Pretty much.
I heard that's what you like to do.
Whoa. That wasn't... Wait, was that us? And Zeph looks at Kua.
No.
Okay.
Of course not.
Well, that wasn't us.
This sounds like I got someone else to look out for then. All right.
There's a lot of weird shit these days.
Give me a presence check for me. You're trying to deceive.
I didn't do it.
Is it?
Well, I guess we did. I guess we did know. So that's
you
technically
100%
true.
knew.
Yeah, you did.
Don't deceive me.
Kula is still convinced that he wasn't seen, but Kieran did come in right after and say, he got spotted.
I will spend a hope on Fast Talker on Zeph's experience before making a roll. 14 with fear.
Oh. As you guys are talking, he looks, all right. If you say it wasn't you, it wasn't you.
It doesn't matter.
You hear what sounds like muffled voices. Shh.
Hey. I don't know. I was told they went this way. Did you see anybody come down here?
And you hear this through muffled floor. You hear...
I swear I didn't see anything.
You didn't see a mushroom and a fucking dog covered in thorns. You're running down the alleyway and...
he goes...
Look, I did see something. I think it went that way.
All right. Get out of here.
You hear You hear footsteps above you.
All right. They're in here somewhere. Go on that side. See if you can find anything. Maybe they went out the back.
You hear footsteps go down to the left of the building, and a footstep that sounds like it's coming almost right above the hatch.
I don't know, boss. I don't think anybody's here. I don't know why. There's really not much to hide under here unless there's someone under this rock. I don't know. Just look for any clues.
So they are going to be looking. You hear the footsteps. Takes a moment. They walk right above you. You can see the dust and the debris falling between the floorboards from right where the hatch is. Hear like what sounds like a shifting of some type of furniture.
Hey. Hold on a second, man. I gotta take a fucking break.
You can tell that he sits down on a box or something shifts underneath him.
Man, so what's the plan? What are we doing here?
I'm not in the loop like I used to be. Not after you know, boss catching me with Dez.
I told she wouldn't get caught. But I don't blame you. She's a showstopper.
All I know is that when we're done cleaning out this filth, then we'll be on the move for the next caretaker.
Oh, yeah, man, well, you know, sometimes I feel bad, but, you know, I just gotta think about like we're just doing a job, you know?
Yeah. Oh, did you get on that Prince Wilhelm job?
Nah, I wish, but I think Frankie got in on that hit. Yeah, he says it's going down tonight. I'll have to ask him about it. I'll get on the next one if I make good on this mark.
I'm gonna spend a fear as he shifts up to stand up. You hear him yawn, stretch a little bit.
He goes, all right, hey, I'll be right out. I gotta leak the lizard, you know what I mean?
As the guy, you hear the other guy go, walk back out, and you hear him call.
Hey, they're not in here. Search the other warehouse.
Hear what sounds like water start to trickle and fall, and as the excrement from whatever, it's piss. As this guy is relieving himself, it starts to run down, starts to, you see the water stream drop and starts to puddle and right underneath where he is.
He goes, what the hell? He goes, man, I think there's something under here.
As he's talking to himself, and he shifts the furniture out of the way and kind of moves and lifts stuff up, and he goes, tunk, tunk. He starts pulling on the hatch.
All right, Zeph's gonna.
I got you now.
Go up, and between poles, he's gonna flip the lock so that it yanks up.
Okay.
He's going to yank him down and then lock the hatch again.
Okay. So he's dunk, dunk. He pulls one more time. Dunk. You flip the lock. As he does, the door comes open. He goes, what? You grab as he pulls down, falls on the ground.
Keep it quiet.
Cool will jump on him and just press both of his forearms across his throat to hold him down. Cut off as much air and as much movement as he possibly can.
Spend a fear. As you do that, I got some fear that I need to spend anyways. As you push down, he goes through and he's going to kind of kip up his hips and to try to push your weight. You're pretty heavy, so you don't
massively heavy.
So you don't move like you thought it was, but just gives him enough to skirt his hips off to the side, and he uses that momentum to roll out from under you, kind of like pull you through, and he takes a very quick second to glimpse to see what he has to deal with, and he goes, and he yells. What are y'all doing? He's yelling at the moment.
Being as this is very an enclosed space, I'm just gonna pick up my foot and just stomp on his face.
Okay. Yeah. So you go ahead and just give me an attack roll. Add your strength.
Okay. That is a 16 with hope.
16 with hope. That'll hit as he's yelling, hollering for help, as it gets cut off short as you hear the sound of skull and brain squish and crush. Whoa! Holy shit! Man, and you guys thought we were bad.
Is that Asava?
Yeah.
He has an arrow pointed at him.
Shut up. Whoa.
Shut up.
Shh. All right.
There's more up there. Like I said, Zeph definitely relocks that latch.
Yeah. You hear what sounds like one person. Footsteps off in the alley.
I thought I heard something. Where's Ricardo at?
Well, I don't know, man. You think maybe he went out back?
Yeah.
You hear running out back. You hear,
Hey, Ricardo! Ricardo, you here?
Ricardo! Ricardo?
Muffled and kind of walking around. Takes like this pregnant pause of footsteps. You hear things shifting. You hear.
Kua's gonna go over to Zeph and nudge him. We need to move. We need to get going.
Is there another way out of here that Zeph knows about? Like an entrance, I don't know, to the sewer system?
Yeah. You would know. Yeah. Every safe house has a contingency plan. There's never one entrance. Always probably multiple exits. You are underground. You get to a point where you
So yeah, I'll go and open that. I'm sure it's kind of a disguised, like not easy to find, exit, and quietly push that open and kind of beckon folks.
Yeah, you as you find it, you hear the footsteps. The footsteps like walk through, go out. The one sounds like a bigger guy.
I don't think Ricardo's in here. You sure you heard him in here?
I don't know. Maybe he ran out back. Maybe he's chasing somebody. He was yelling for help.
You hear the footsteps go out towards the back and away. It's just the two that seem like they are now dispersing from the area. But you do find that there is an exit. You see that there's some boxes, like you said, kind of moved around, and you see like there's like a hole in the wall that you can kind of smell the draft of sewage system.
Maybe hold off on that for a second. But at least I know where it is. Like, clear anything out of the way once they're gone that would make extra sound so that we could go that way if we need to quickly.
Kua also kind of relaxes and keeps an arrow knocked, but down at his side.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kill this person.
Don't apologize, Bass. It's all right.
And his demeanor has been very shaken. Just been lost in thought the entire time of just truly just kind of going with the motions, being on autopilot, if you will, of just thinking about everything that Prince Wilhelm has been saying.
We searched the body. of the guard.
The guard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
You search the body. He's got, it's like I said, it's not hard. He's not resisting. He's got what looks like just standard armor, leathers armor with maybe some pauldrons, some metal pauldrons. He wasn't a very high-ranking member of the Virelian Guard, but he has just a run-of-the-mill, what looks like short sword or falchion. He's got a like a circle shield, like a almost like a bracer, not a bracer. Buckler. Thank you. Yeah, a buckler that he was wearing on his forearm. 2 handfuls of gold, just in one of his back pouches that's kind of underneath his cloak. But what you
Zeph will snag those.
Yeah. What you do notice is he, in like underneath his armor, like kind of like right wedged up against his chest or his pec muscles, is a piece of paper. It's a chit. It says M-Zeph Virel. Underneath L- typically seen in Gutterrun, check Blade's Edge, Ember Coil, or St. Kevarin's Hollow. Under that, P-XX, and then signed, just a ED.
Erectile dysfunction? Sorry. All right, he takes that and reads it.
Did Ishaba sign this?
Like, kind of cocks his head to the side.
Kieran will peek over the shoulder.
Mm-hmm. What the fuck?
Virel.
Huh?
Zeph Virel.
Well, yes, no relation.
Mm-hmm.
And
No relation?
He'll hand the chit over to Kieran.
No relation to the king and the royal family, and...
No, the fucking Skyblood stole everything, even our fucking name. We couldn't even use it when I was growing up.
What? You can't... You don't steal a name. What are you
Some distant
talking about?
relation. I mean, we're talking like generations and generations back.
Zeph, who was your father?
Toman.
Toman
Virel. Yeah, I'm sure you don't know him. He spent his whole life down in the Gutterrun. He's in a fucking labor camp now for stealing food to try and keep us from dying when I was a child. That doesn't sound like the Virel family name to me.
Who wouldn't recognize this name, would he?
Toman Virel. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You have no idea.
We'll get back to that in a moment. Ashava, you said the hit was put on Zeph by one of the rings.
Oh, yeah, looks like they got the hit too.
Alara,
Man, everybody was after you, man.
Great.
I don't know why they were coming after looking for that prince. Have you been hanging out with the prince?
No.
Well, we do have one right
Day
here.
keeps getting weirder and weirder.
Give me just a moment, and you just see Basigar take the body of the guard, and just kind of go to a different corner and go and like prepare like just a little burial of the body. And is it kind of like a dirt ground, or is it like stone?
It's kind of like a Michigan basement. I know y'all don't know what that means.
I have no idea what that is.
It is kind of stone, but with not stone. It's dirt with stone sides. So it's just kind of like buried, but hard packed dirt. There's some stone, but it's not really finished. It was just blanket level, and you could tell the water from the river was seeping through the stone a little bit, which kind of makes it a little musty and wet down here. But
doing my best to not bury the body, but enough to at least cover it with some of the dirt and make it look like a body is buried here on top of the dirt, and just I'll produce just a small flower and set it on top of the body.
Who will kind of help a little bit and just make a small cairn at the head of it. And just kind of instinctively, like, picking up what you're doing and, not used to burying anything. He just kind of stacks a couple of loose objects around into a pile.
What are you doing?
This was not... I shouldn't have done this. I'm sorry.
You didn't have to cover him up. I could have handled that.
If you would like to do that, I would rather not see that again.
Still kind of looking down at the paper, Kieran will kind of speak up. Don't feel too bad, Beskar. He was a traitor to King and Kingdom.
And it was him or us.
I know. This whole city is cursed.
Say that again.
Yeah, you tell me.
And I kind of just look up and kind of like finally just like being present with the group, and just kind of look for further. Well, the castle is in danger, according to the young prince here.
Cool will kind of stand up with Beskar and look to Kieran with what he just said of this man being a traitor, and kind of circle back to what you had said back in St. Caravan's Hollow of you said now is the time to go to the castle. You think we could get in now? Is that... I guess that's where we should go. It sounds as if there's a threat to Prince Wilhelm as well.
Precisely. Though having a bounty by the Pillar of Voice may not help things. Would you like to explain some things?
Severian, hearing this whole conversation about the name, is going to go up and sniff your butt.
I mean, other than...
Wait, hold on. Don't just gloss over that.
I'm stealthy enough that you don't notice.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I'm entirely focused on Kieran.
Give me a instinct. So you're sensing.
Give me a sniff roll.
Give me a sniff roll.
Give me a butt check.
20 something. Sorry, with hope.
Wow. Okay.
Jesus. Good butt sniffer.
It's not his first butt.
Yeah.
You smell what he shat 3 days ago.
I'm trying to see whether he smells like, Wilhelm.
Mm-hmm. Well, and Zeph did get wounded in the fight with the fun ends, so there might be a little bit of blood on him.
Okay.
Yeah, so immediately you catch just very similar to a familiar scent from that you smelled on Manny that Seraphina has. You get a familiar scent from Zeph's butt that you've smelled.
Just the area,
Just the area.
I'm just on all fours. It's the closest thing.
Did you get in there?
So what kind of perfume does Seraphina wear? That's the...
Yeah. But you get a very familiar scent that you've smelled from
Zeph,
Wilhelm.
You smell like shit.
He looks down behind him. And, well, you're kind of in that area, Severian.
No. Wherever you're wounded, he'll go for that area. Just kind of like climbing up onto you and just start licking you. Wherever blood is.
Unironically, creating more blood is like the briars are just digging into him.
Yeah, he has like a spiked tongue like a cat.
Oh, God. It's rough.
Like sandpaper.
Yeah. As you lick the dried blood from Zeph's wounds, you're almost like tasting it in your mouth. It tastes utterly vile. The same vile taste that you sensed with a few very familiar meals that you've had recently.
Yeah, right in your ears, Zeph. Just
as you do that, you guys notice the weight of Severian goes slack. Zeph, you notice that specifically because he almost like drops, like you feel his weight drop on your body. The rest of you see as his eyes go almost deadpan and unfocused, his eyes dilate.
I'm gonna like just seeing that he's about to like kind of fall over, I'll kind of grab both Zeph and Severian and just kind of like hold
hug.
Like kind of like just support and like making sure that he doesn't injure Zeph anymore with his briars. And I'll just kind of put like my hand on Zeph's like shoulder area.
Yeah. You are pushing through this moment, and you worried for your friend for I guess the most part. You're holding Zeph and trying to make sure nobody gets hurt. Severian, you see this vision. Basigar, you almost see this in like almost from a different point of view. Like you are sharing this vision as you reach in and almost use your mycelian connection, not even meaning to. You're just out of concern. I want both of you to give me let's do a knowledge check, please.
That is 17 with fear.
17 with fear.
Yeah, I got a 13 with fear.
Okay. All right, so I will.
He keeps using that fear for bad shit, guys. Come on.
Quit giving him those.
Yeah, I will accept those fear that you just so graciously gave me, and call you with this. Severian, you are the leader of this vision. Basigar, you are simply a bystander. You can almost watch Severian as he is standing in a field full of briars. You look as it is just a ungodly amount of just cacophony of twisted, tangled thorns and weeds, and but you see Severian walking through it like it's nothing. Severian, you see as you're walking up, almost like shadows wisping off of the horizon. You see two figures sitting on a hill. You see they are sitting down, covered. There's briars everywhere. That's almost like shadows pulling through, wisping or off of them, like you're in the middle of what looks like a nightmare. It is dark. It feels gloomy. It feels like there is hate in this area. Like you feel like the moment, like as you are stalking on these two people, it feels like they are your prey and you are the hunter. You see that you walk up. Basigar, you might even go to reach out and stop them, but you feel like you have no power to. You are here just as an observer. You watch as this man that is sitting on this, what looks like rotted, dark picnic blanket that is just almost just torn to shreds. I hate that I can't be with you. Sometimes I want to abandon my station. Like everything is echoey and big, and almost the reverberation makes this feel like a dream. I want to abandon my duty. The woman looks over, looks like she's got tears that have just ran down her face, just makeup that is just covering her cheeks. We both know what we got ourselves into. We both know what this means. And she looks down at her stomach, holding what looks to be a swollen belly. Pregnant, maybe. I'll do my best to hide him, please. Don't take him away from me. You see that this woman, obviously pregnant, is holding the man's hand, pulls it on her stomach. Listen, my love, Elric, I told you this was a mistake when we first started, and you wanted to go through with this. Elric looks at you. Linessa, this was not a mistake. Nothing about this is a mistake. He is my son, and he will always be. As you pull back, Your eyes come to Basigar. You saw this from your point of view. You saw two people sitting on a hilltop enjoying a picnic on what looks like a sunset. At first you saw the briars that Severian was walking through, but as the more you focused here, you saw that this is it almost turns into a lovely scene. But you watch as this person, the male that Severian saw, but you see a completely different side of the story. He says, God, I hate I can't be with you. Because sometimes I just want to abandon my station, abandon my duty. Vanessa says, honey, my love, we both know what we got ourselves into. We both know what this means. I'll do my best to hide them. I promise. You see the woman, obviously pregnant, holding the man's hand on her belly out of love. She says, listen, Elric, I told you this was a mistake when it first started. I'm so glad we went through with it. Elric says, Linessa, it was not a mistake. Nothing about you was a mistake. This is my son, dear. He always will be. As the vision ends.
I think as Basigar comes to, he kind of like sees him also just kind of like leaned in on Zeph and like somehow just manages to have his finger like in his ear, like you're like in your ear, like and kind of like shakes off and like looks at Severian if you're up, and
tongue's still hanging out of his mouth.
Wait,
he's finally conscious though.
Sorry, and just kind of like retract himself and help Severian off your body.
Oh, that felt weird. Oh,
there's just like a mushroom hanging off the side of Zeph's head.
Still kind of steadying himself on all fours, like on the ground. Mm-hmm. To no one in particular, just kind of out loud as he's processing what he's just seen. Who is Linessa and Elric? Who are these people?
Kua just kind of freezes at the mention of the second name as he's like digging towards the back where Zeph had previously pointed out an exit, trying to get ready to leave.
Zeph just
Did
freezes.
You just say?
I saw people.
How did... Linessa's my mother's name.
And that's where we're going to end today's episode of Tales by Daggerlight.
Zeph, what did you do?
Thanks for sticking with us, everybody. If you've made it this far, I hope you've enjoyed what you've been hearing. If you have, go to Apple Podcasts, go to Spotify, give us a 5-star review if you're so kind, or leave us a review. That would be amazing. If you have any fan art, you can submit that on our Discord channel, which can be found on our website, www.talesbydaggerlight.com, as well as any art can be emailed to us at talesbydaggerlight@gmail.com. So make sure you listen next time, because as always, the fate of our adventurers is TBD.